everyone, welcome to the Comic and Movie Show. My name's Deshaun. Today I'm going to give you my spoilerific review of Thor Ragnarok. I love that fucking movie. I gave it a 9, and honestly, the more I think about it, it's probably like a 9.2 or 5. It's probably 9.5 because I fucking love that movie. Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! Hela is Thor, Loki's sister. They changed up from the comics. She's not in the comics. Hela is Loki's daughter, just like in mythology. But they changed it up to be she's Odin's firstborn, who was sealed away when she got too ambitious. And apparently, Odin. And apparently Odin was a hell of a lot worse of a guy. Apparently the 9 realms aren't the only. Apparently Odin, they kind of did this thing with Odin, which I think is cool, because they kind of gave Odin, even in death, they gave him layers. They made him more complex of a character, because it's like, he wasn't always this guy. He wasn't always this guy, do the right thing, keep the peace treaties, and all that. He once was a conqueror, and alongside with his daughter, they went around conquering realms. Like, the reason the 9 realms are a thing is because there are realms that were minding their own damn business, and Odin came and conquered them. Now, I don't know where, they never quite explained somewhere along the line, he felt bad about it and felt like, what am I doing? We should stop doing this. And his daughter and obviously Hela was like, fuck that, dude. We're powerful than them. Why shouldn't we rule them? And he was like, yeah, you're kind of losing it there. So he sealed her away and pretty much used his own life force to seal her away because Odin dies very early on in the movie. He tells him, and he's talking to his son, and he's like, my life's the only thing that's kept her back. You're gonna have to handle her. And the moment he dies, she shows up immediately. But man, so that's the big spoiler. Thor figures out Loki is fucking pretending to be Odin fucking fast, and it was hilarious. By the way, this movie is a movie that is getting a lot of slack, though, man. It's getting a lot of plaque. Like, either people love it for its originality and how different it is and how cool, how awesomely different it is, or people hate it for not taking it, or people hate it for not taking itself too seriously, or people think it should have taken itself a little bit more seriously. It should have been so much of a comedy. It's either, you're either on 3 sides. There is no middle ground with this movie. You either loved it, thought it was stupid because it should have been dark, or you're like, it was fine. I had fun with it, but it could have been so much better if they would have took themselves more seriously. It's like one or the other with this movie. It seems like to me, it really does. Like when I look on the internet and I see people misinterpreting. I've seen people go, why did they not, when Asgard was destroyed, why wasn't it more memorable, more sad of a moment? And dude, they spend the whole movie saying Asgard is not a place, it's a people, which is just mind blows me that people misunderstood that. I'm like, Asgard is not, it's a place. It's not the people. It's the people. It's kind of like, and I hate to get a little political here, but it's kind of like, the whole flag thing. with me personally, I'm like, dude, America is the people. It's not a flag. It's not a country. It's not the president. It's not anyone. It's the people, And it was a nice little allegory to me, because that's what immediately came to my mind is, yeah, it's the people, not the flag, not the country, it's about the people. The people make the place. The people make Asgard. The people make America. The people make a country. And that was the point of Thor, was that this place, that a home can be rebuilt. Home is where you make it. Home can be remade. And not to mention that Asgard was basically built on the back of lies. And it had to be destroyed. And I actually kind of like that Asgard was built on the back of lies and murder and destruction and all these other things. So basically it had to be destroyed so that they can begin anew. And I thought that was ballsy, by the way, that this movie ended with Armageddon actually happening. It's the reverse of other comic book movies, because other comic book movies, they're trying to stop Armageddon. He realizes it has to happen so that they can start over, so that they can erase everything and start the slate clean. And that's the only how they can do it. And I love that movie went through with it. I love that they went completely through with that. This movie had some dark moments that a lot of people don't talk about. The Warriors 3 are killed fairly quickly, and a lot of people are upset about that too. But in my personal opinion, it's Hela. I really don't know what they would have been able to do. Really been able to do? Not to mention all of a sudden everyone just became a fucking Warriors 3 fan out of the blue. Because, I like the Warriors 3, but I wasn't that fucking attached to them. When they got murdered, it made her look even more badass that she was able to just dispatched them so easily. But anywho, and then she like Hogan had a good fight. And then there was this awesome sequence where she fucked up these dudes. She took down the entire army of Asgard by herself. Dude, badass. Hella was awesome. And Jeff Goldblum, great. There's so many Easter eggs in this movie. There's a mention of Thor being turned into a frog. That's canon. Thor being turned into a frog. There's on the Grandmaster's fucking wall, palace or whatever. Like, I mean, they kind of said, like, I kind of think I said something about it before, but there's Marvel heroes and stuff all over. There's Ares, Marvel's version of Ares, who's a hero actually in Marvel. He's a badass though. He's like gnarly badass. But and then you got obviously Beta Ray Bill, Man Thing, and Swamp Thing on there. So it was like Man Beast, I think, and Swamp Thing, man. It's a Easter eggs galore. And then at the end of the movie, when Thor loses his eye, by the way, they played with you in the trailer. Thor loses his eye, gets his eye ripped out, and if you're a comic book fan, it makes you think of King Thor, because King Thor in the comics it looks like way in the future when Thor becomes king, you know, he has an eye missing too, just like his father. So it was like, oh, cool, kind of homage to King Thor, because in the end of the movie, he is king. Not only that, but if you're an Eagle Eye, if you're a true Marvel fan, if you're a really true Marvel fan, you would know this. The true Marvel fans geeked out at these two scenes. One, when Thor took his umbrella and smashed it on the ground and turned to his hammer and he got his armor on, because that is straight up original 1960 Thor right there. When he had to, because Thor a long time ago, people don't know this, he had a secret identity. Donald Blake, by the way, Easter egg in the original Thor. When Jane ripped that tag off that says Donald Blake, it's funny Easter egg because in the comics, Thor used to have a secret identity named Donald Blake. He was like a doctor or something, and he had this walking stick, but it was Mjolnir, and he'd smack the walking stick on the ground and turn into Thor. But Marvel retconned that shit because they were like, oh, we don't need all that secret identity shit. And if you notice, they don't. They're like, screw that secret identity crap. He's just Thor all the time. But they paid homage to it in the movie when he smacked the umbrella on the ground. I was like, that. I was like, I know where they got that from. That's such a good homage. But the biggest one to me personally is Beta Ray Bill. It's kind of a dark Easter egg. I hope it didn't, but it could. Is the ship that Thor and Loki and all his Asgardians and the Valkyrie and everyone, Meek and Korgon, it looks identical to Scuttlebutt. And if you wonder what Scuttlebutt is, it's Beta Ray Bill's ship where his entire race is on and cryo sleep so that he can save them. It looks almost identical to it. Which I was talking to Seth the other day, and I was like, it's kind of dark, because if that's the ship, and there's no one on it, and Beta Ray Bill's a former champion, that means he not only got murdered, but his race never found a home, and it got kind of dark really fast. And no one knows if that's the truth. Maybe it was just paying homage to it, but it did look identical to his ship, Scuttlebutt. And I was just like, wow, man, deep cuts. And then this movie just is chock full of Easter eggs from the MCU at large. You got Thor doing the sun is getting low to the Hulk, which is like totally poking fun at the whole Black Widow doing it. You got Loki being shit in his pants as soon as he saw the Hulk, because he's having flashbacks to the Avengers when he went bam, bam, bam. Then Thor did it, and then he does that to Thor, just bam, 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 except he does a little bit more extra on the end, and Loki being like, yeah! Like, it is chock full of Easter eggs and chock full of, like, homages. By the way, the Battle of Valkyrie, something happened that I knew was going to happen. Marvel does this shit all the time. Marvel does this better than any comic book people I know who change something. When they change something, like Valkyrie, a lot of people were upset that Valkyrie wasn't this blonde, beautiful woman like she is in the comic. In the comic, Valkyrie is this blonde, beautiful woman, Brunhilde, she looks like how you would think, just super diesel, Kraton-shaped warrior, badass, heart-drinking bitch. Which this Valkyrie version of Valkyrie is. She is Valkyrie in her full. She's not the same skin tone, she might not be tall, but she is Valkyrie. But, in that awesome painting-like scene that you might saw in the trailer of the Valkyries charging down out of the heavens, who do you see? Spoiler, as you know, all of them get wiped out except her. But the last one who gets wiped out, she so happened to be a beautiful blonde who's in great shape and had the same looking outfit as the Valkyrie from the comics, and she saved this version of Valkyrie before she got killed. paying homage to the original Valkyrie. That's what Marvel does. If Marvel's not going to do it, if they're not going to do the exact thing from the comics, they're going to pay homage to it. They're going to bring it up, they're going to pay homage to it, or you're going to see it. And it's weird because it's like Marvel killed the comic book version of Valkyrie in the movie to be like, this is a new version of Valkyrie. This is our version of Valkyrie. Which, by the way, by the end of the movie, she ends up getting that nice silver and gold armor with the blue cape. And the moment I saw it in the trailer, I was like, yep, that's Valkyrie right there with the blue cape and everything. I was like, yeah, man, that's awesome. Thor Wars helmet, of course, as you would know. And man, it's just a lot of things happen in this movie. The scene with the scene where Loki's pretending to be Odin at the beginning, and like there's a play going on, dude. They fucking like it was the most I've never seen a Marvel movie poke fun at its own self. Like it poked fun at all Marvel continuity, from the fact that Bruce Banner, from the fact that Thor's like, oh yeah, that whole thing with Ultron happened so long ago, who cares? Like he's just like, it happened so long ago, who cares? I forgot all about it. To the fact that like Thor is like playing both Banner and the Hulk. Like, it's hilarious. He has this whole funny bit where he's like, I don't care about Banner. All he does is numbers. Who cares about Banner? And he was talking to Banner. He's like, I don't like the Hulk, man. He just smashes everything. Who cares about him? And by the way, a smart Hulk is interesting, man. A smart Hulk who can talk. But it kind of brings up a sad bit. There's this part where someone else brought it up, too, that's really sad. When the Hulk is, like, following Thor to the ship, and the Hulk accidentally pushes the button. Thor accidentally pushes the button. In a Black Widow, that old recording of Black Widow pops up. And the Hulk freaks out, and he's trying to stop himself from turning, and he's saying, no, Bruce, no, because he doesn't want to be Bruce. It's as if he doesn't want to feel all those emotions that Bruce feels. He doesn't want to let Bruce out. And the fact that the Hulk's strong enough now to just straight up cut Bruce out is scary. And I kind of feel bad for Bruce, because he spent 2 years, he says it's been 2 years since he's been Bruce. 2 years! He's discombobulated, he's asking about Ultron and all that stuff, and it's just been that long. He is all fucked up. And you know, man, I feel kind of bad for him, and they finally kind of started doing a story. Like, they said this is going to be the beginning of a story arc that'll end in the 4th Avengers movie, so I can't wait to see how that goes. I don't think Hela died, though you do see, like, a nice little smack and, like, green just puff. But they don't show her die, so she might not have died in the movie when fucking, Surtur shoved that sword in the freaking earth and just destroyed Asgard. But yeah, man, this movie was great. I'm 90% sure Loki stole the Tesseract. By the way, the Infinity Gauntlet from the original Thor that a lot of people were pissing about, it's fake. Which makes logical sense to me that makes logical sense to me that Odin would have a fake gauntlet, especially after it's revealed that he's pretty much kind of a liar who's got a lot of secrets. Yeah, why would he let people think that the Infinity Gauntlet's out there when he could just go, no, the Infinity Gauntlet is my treasure room. If you want it, you gotta go through me. And now everyone in the universe thinks that it's in his treasure room. No one knows where it really is. We know that obviously Thanos has it, but no one else knows that. They think that Odin has it. So it makes to me personally, it makes logical sense for Odin to keep it, to lie about it and say it's there. Apparently the Casket of Winters is fucking weak. Tesseract is okay. But the fucking flames, the eternal flames are powerful. Go figure, they're eternal flames. But man, this movie was good. I love the back and forth between Loki and Thor. Get Help was hilarious. Get Help's hilarious. And there's this awesome scene where like Thor or Loki tries to pull another fast one, and you think, oh man, like it's funny. Because they bring up shit that us, the audience, has probably thought over the years. It's like, Thor, why do you keep falling for Loki's tricks? He's Loki. Stop falling for his tricks. And what do you know? He caught on to him. He fucking caught on to him. And you thought Thor, like, there was a scene where they're talking. You probably saw it. You can see it on YouTube. So if you want to see it, then look it up. When they're talking and Thor's talking about how much he actually loves Loki and he smacks him on the back. You're thinking he just patting him on the back. I thought he was just patting him on the back. Turns out he's putting some fucking device on him that'll fuck him up. And he literally is just like, look, Loki, you are who you are and I am who I am. And it's like that weird acceptance that Loki, dude, you're just a mischievous guy, dude. Like, I love you, man. You're my brother, but damn, I can't trust you worth a damn. And what do you know? Loki tries to betray him. First thing Thor does, he's just like, Loki. Beep. And Loki hits the deck, and he's all fucked up because that thing's like shocking him or something. He's just like, my God, Loki, you gotta get more original. He's like, yeah, you're just stuck in the same. Just get original, man. Like, it's so funny. Chris Hemsworth is hilarious. Like I said, I gave this movie a 9, maybe even a 9.5. It's definitely in my top. It's definitely in my top 10 superhero movies of all time. I'm not sure if it's in my top 5 MCU movies, but it's definitely out. If it was outside of it, it's definitely at 7 or 6. Had a blast with this movie. If you go in this movie expecting like dark and brooding, don't. But if you go in this movie ready to have a good time, just sit back and enjoy the blast. It's like a roller coaster, dude. It's an awesome roller coaster ride. Had nothing but fun with this movie. It was worth the wait. And Thor finally has got a great movie out. Because I liked the first Thor and the second Thor, but a lot of people didn't. This is the first one that people are mixed. Even a lot of people are mixed on this one, though. I don't understand why. But anywho, thank you for joining me on the Comedy and Movie Show. What did you think of Thor Ragnarok? Please comment below, let me know, and I'll see you in the next one.